Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. In this video is to bring you a closer look at the Sealeze number D480DUR16BL. This is, in short, a door sweep that is a Duranotic aluminum anodized base material, a Duranotic finish. Brush, this is nylon brush. This is what they consider standard duty. This has a 1 and basically 5/8 length bristle, slotted with tech screws. Let's go over it. First of all, the D480 is representative of this holder and this bristle. The fact that there is an aluminum holder and a bristle used in combination with each other with a holder of this size is the D480. The DUR means dark bronze anodized over an aluminum base material. Also available as a CLA, which is clear anodized aluminum over an aluminum base material. The 1/6 is a reference to the length of the bristle. There is an image below this video showing the important dimensional properties of the item, and let's go over that now. You can see the height of the holder is basically 1 1/8. Then the length of the bristle is basically 1 9/16. It's going to put you out to about 1 11/6. Pardon me, 2 and about 5/8 is what it actually comes to. Okay, thickness of this item, or at least the holder, and this will be used as a door sweep generally, about 5/16, pushing 3/8 of an inch. Generally used as a door sweep. The length of the bristles are just, quite frankly, far too long that you wouldn't see it used in an astragal. Okay, and as an astragal, it's just the bristle's far too long. You really would never need a bristle this long, I should say, for an astragal. So a door sweep is where this is going to be used. Now this will be listed in the website in all of the common lengths, really, from 2 foot to 8 foot. Now you can order lengths longer than 8 foot, which isn't uncommon, but we simply don't list them because the cost of the shipping for something longer than 8 foot. Special order, certainly we can quote the freight for you. Should you need longer than 8 foot, feel free to reach out to us. But from 2 foot to 8 foot on about 6-inch increments is very common. If you have need for a custom length, by all means let us know by ordering the next longest piece or pieces and simply indicate in the comment field what length you'd like for us to cut the material back to. This client happened to order a 36-inch piece exactly at 35-inch. They did not want to have to go through the process of cutting down the aluminum, which is really in itself no big deal, but the trick sometimes is that's steel. So it's aluminum and nylon, that's easy to cut, but steel, that's a different animal. You're not going to run that through your miter box saw is the point. So if you order a custom length, by all means let us know by ordering the next longest piece or pieces and simply indicate in the comment field what length you'd like for us to cut the material back to. We'll be happy to provide it that way. So the advantage of ordering at the proper length is you're going to get the slotted hole at the proper distance from the edge. That slotted hole really is there to help compensate for a sill that's not level or maybe a door that's not plumb. Being a longer bristle tells me that there is some sort of mitigating circumstance to the installation that is causing some sort of need for a much longer bristle. And having those slotted holes from the factory is really a godsend when getting it tailored exactly, because that slotted hole will also help compensate for a misdrilled hole. When you're pre-drilling your screw hole, that drill bit has a tendency to walk a little bit before it pierces into the wood or metal, aluminum, fiberglass, stainless, bronze, whatever you're drilling into, especially if you've not used a center punch. So that can also help compensate for that. Speaking of the holes, a hallmark of Sealeze is that they're going to give you self-drilling screws with a hex head in a complementary finish. That's normal for them. That's what you're going to get. Where are you going to use this? Well, probably a commercial application where you have an unusual sill condition, or you've got an unusual undercut to a door where you simply need a longer bristle. You might want it to literally wrap down against something, or you might have a condition where the door opens out to a sill and then right to an alley, and you want that bristle simply to drop down and seal against the face of the concrete. Could be a million different things that you might use a 1 5/8 length bristle, but if you need a longer bristle, this is great. I've even had people buy the longer bristle because they knew they had to cut it from 0 to 1/2 inch to accommodate a very weird scenario, and I would not want to suggest that you try to trim this bristle, but I know that people have done it. Now, speaking of bristle, the name Sealeze is also synonymous with bristle sweep construction. You really won't get anything but bristle from Sealeze. They are the leader in bristle. They have more available shapes and sizes of bristle than anyone else. Their catalog, which I'll point out where the link is in a moment, sings the praises of bristle, and here are some of them. Obviously, being bristle, it is available to counteract extreme temperature. Nylon brush is going to do great in very low, very high temperature exposure to ultraviolet sunlight. This has great resistance. You are able to use this in an area where you have a sliding scenario. You're able to use this where you need to contour over a very irregular surface. If my fingers were to illustrate that irregular surface, you can see how the bristle just gets around them and seals off the situation. And in applications where there are inspectors, think restaurant, any food service industry, the inspector is looking for daylight under the door, and if they can see daylight, the logic is other things can get in that must not get into that sort of restaurant food service application. Extending that logic down to a residential or a commercial application, if you're blocking light, it's logical to think you're blocking the transfer of heat energy as well. Keep the AC on the inside, that's the bottom line. So bristle is very capable of handling those scenarios. There is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Sealeze products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website along with a link to the full product catalog. If you are in a position where you encounter unusual weather stripping requirements, applications that you almost shrug your shoulders, bookmark that Sealeze catalog, because when it comes to brush, they lead. Whether it's everything from very small, relatively light, their light duty is everyone else's standard or heavy duty bristle, all the way up to outrageously large bristle that you would see on an elephant enclosure in a zoo, what you would see on an aircraft hangar, material that's used for military applications, curved shapes. I do not know the capabilities of their engineering, because all I'm really buying are lineal pieces of straight sort of extrusions. But when it comes to bristle and very high-tech applications, Sealeze is the one that I know that those high-tech companies go to for solutions. So I'm partial to Sealeze, and it's because they've got a great product. They have exceptional customer service and technical support and prompt, reliable shipping lead times. If you're going with bristle, I suggest you simply go to Sealeze. In my opinion, they're the best in the business when it comes to just bristle. If you have any questions on the D480 in a DUR finish, in a 1/6 length bristle, or any other Sealeze product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you very much.